Is black skin considered a curse in the Book of Mormon? In the Mormon Book of Scripture, two nations that stemmed from one original family divided over religious and political differences. Soon after this initial schism between the Nephites, the righteous group, and Lamanites, the wicked group, the Book of Mormon states that the Lord cursed the Lamanites by saying that, quote, "they shall be cut off from the presence of the Lord." In other words, the cursing is being cut off from the presence of the Lord. The curse was lifted when they embraced the gospel again. In the same chapter, the Book of Mormon states that the Lord caused, quote, "a skin of blackness to come upon the Lamanites." The nature of this mark is unknown. Some scholars have characterized this, quote, blackness as a skin color distinction. Some believe that this might be the nature of the mark, especially as the Nephites are condemned in the books of Jacob and Helaman for their racist attitudes toward the Lamanites. Other scholars have used other scriptures to characterize, quote, blackness as a state of the soul, essentially stating that the word blackness described the opposite of purity. What does the term, quote, white and delightsome mean as used in the Book of Mormon? Why was this phrase removed from the original inspired version of the Book of Mormon? In his prophecies of the last days, Nephi, one of the leaders or prophets in the Book of Mormon, remarked that the Book of Mormon would be carried forth unto the remnant of his seed. Upon receiving the Book of Mormon and the gospel of Jesus Christ, the remnant of Nephi's seed would rejoice, for then, quote, "they shall know that it is a blessing unto them from the hand of God, and their scales of darkness shall begin to fall from their eyes, and many generations shall not pass away among them, save they shall be a white and delightsome people." Joseph Smith made an important textual revision to this passage in the 1840 edition of the Book of Mormon, where the phrase, quote, "a white and a delightsome people" was changed to, quote, "a pure and delightsome people." According to scholar Royal Skousen, quote, "the 1840 change of white to pure seems to be a conscious one and was probably made by Smith as part of his editing of the 1840 edition. The change does not appear to be an accidental error based on any visual or phonetic resemblance between the two words. Why then might Joseph Smith have made this textual change in 2 Nephi 30? Skousen elaborated that, quote, "the editing change to pure may represent a conscious attempt at avoiding what was perceived as a difficult reading, since the Nephites were supposed to be light-skinned. This therefore explains why the change from white to pure was made here, and only here, in 2 Nephi 30, verse 6. In other words, Joseph Smith may very well have recognized the possible racial undertones in this passage if interpreted that way, and ultimately wished to avoid them. While it is certainly possible that this change reflected the racial attitudes of early members of the church, who assumed many of the views of their 19th century environment, ancient Near Eastern text scholar John A. Tvednis argued that the change may have occurred to emphasize that the text is speaking of a spiritual, not biological condition. Quote, "is the prophet's change from white to pure justified in the scriptural context? The answer is yes. The terms white and pure are used synonymously in Daniel 7, verse 9, Revelation 15, verse 6, and Doctrine and Covenants 110, verse 3. They are also found together in a number of passages where they clearly refer to those who are purified and redeemed by Christ. Please like and subscribe. For more on blacks in Mormonism and race in the priesthood, visit MormonismExplained.org. Thanks for watching.